Alright, I was being done that last example, guys. I forgot what we're doing. They wanted us just to find the equation. So everything is correct. My vertex was at 0, 0. The directrix was up 3 units. So the P is down a -3. So my focus, it doesn't go left or right, so it's 0, -3. We know that this is of the type y equals a -x squared because it's opening downward. Alright, they just wanted us to come up with the equation. So this is going to be x squared is equal to 4py. We know that p is equal to a -3. Right? Because that's where our focus was. P is the distance from the vertex to the focus. That was a -3. So 4p is just going to be 4 times that -3. 4p. So 4p is equal to a -12. So my equation is x squared equals a -12y. The negative tells you it's opening downward. The 12 is going to tell you how wide it is. I didn't see it on the graph because I don't care about the graph right now. I just wanted the equation. And I was trying to count out 12, but I don't need to count out 12 because we knew what P was, so we could just multiply that by 4. All right? So hopefully that cleared it up for me. See me tomorrow between 9 and 10 if you got questions on that. All right, another example. Example number 4 is a little bit different here. They're going to give you some information. For example, number 4, they're going to tell us that the focus is at the point 2/3, 0. And the directrix is going to be the line x equals a -2/3. Alright, so drawing this over here off to the side, and let me make sure my video is okay, and it just barely is right now, so let me do this so that you can see the rest of it as well. Okay, so that's the information they gave us. Focus is 2/3, 0, x, y. So that tells me I go out in the x direction. I'll just do it that way, nice and big. That is 2/3. My directrix, x equals, it's going to cross the x-axis, the same distance from my vertex, which is still at 0, 0. And the directrix is the line x equals a -2/3. Okay? They want us to come up with the equation when they give us this information. Alright, so now then I know that my P, one other thing. Since my focus is over here, my parabola always wraps around the focus. So what I know is y equals x squared is the kind that opens up or down. Since this guy's opening to the right, it's going to be y squared equals x. The opposite of what we had here, and since it's opening to the right, it's going to be a positive. Okay? So from here I know that my P is going to be equal to, from the vertex out to the focus, is 2/3. So my P is equal to 2/3. Okay? So my 4P is going to be equal to 4. I put it over 1 since I'm going to multiply that by a fraction. 4 over 2/3, which is equal to 8/3. So my equation then is of this type. So y squared is equal to 8 over 3x. All right? Now then, the difference. The book shows it a different way. They show this equation differently. I think it's easier this way, but it's the same thing. So in the book, the answer they're going to give you is, they're going to give you x equals 3 over 8 y squared. Is that the answer they give you? Yeah. It's going to give you x equals 3 over 8y squared. Notice that we have the 4p with the x. They have it with the y squared. So if I want to put it with the x, I'm going to have to multiply both sides by 8 over 3. This is 3/8. In order to get that off from this side, I have to multiply by 8 over 3. There's my y squared. Over here they're going to cancel. I have to multiply this guy by 8 over 3. And so I get 8 over 3x equals y squared. Or y squared equals 8 over 3x. Okay, so this is the book answer. And if you take the reciprocal and put it with the squared term, then you'll get the answer the way we do it. It's the same thing as I just showed you. All right? I've had a couple of people already turn this assignment in, even though we didn't do anything like this, any kind of this example. So one person turned it in and all it was answers. Okay? All that tells me is you possibly just went to the back of the book and copied all the answers down. That's an automatic 0. As I said, on the top of the paper in nice, bold, italics, capitalized words, you must show me all the work or it's a 0. Everything that I've been doing on these examples, that's what I expect to see on your papers. I hope everybody understands that because these worksheets are getting a little bit harder. I'm grading them a little bit tougher. Okay, I'm looking for more that you might have wrong, so be sure that you are doing everything that I do. Go over those videos as many times as you need to, and show me all the work. Arrivederci.